way you measure latitude is a flat Earth and an angle to Polaris.
If you're a globe, wouldn't there also be an angle?
Yeah, you can't get an angle from a curve.
What do you mean?
An angle is two straight lines, right?
Yeah, I understand. If you're on the Earth like this, obviously you'll be very close in, so basically be flat, and then you can get an angle.
To believe you're on a globe, you accept that you measure it flat.
Well, if you're close enough in like a small area, it's basically flat. It's basically flat. What's this guy? I know you.
You know me.
I know you. Trust me, I know you.
No, you don't.
Because you're going to tell me that what I learned in school was a religion.
Thinking of someone else.
No. I know you.
Go on, who do you think I am?
You're not a flat earther, I don't think. But you're not a round earther.
I'm not a flat earther and I'm not a round earther.
Yeah. I don't know your name.
What's your name?
Mason.
Oh, okay, that's better. So, where do you think you've seen me?
On TikTok.
You see me on TikTok?
I'm pretty sure I have.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure. When you smoke the joint the same way every time.
Number one, it's not a joint, it's a rollie.
Oh, sorry. It was brown sizing.
I can tell what your mind's on. So you see me on TikTok telling people they've got a religion called heliocentrism, right?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Fair enough. Okay, do you like my videos then?
I've liked some of them. I think you're entertaining.
Okay, I am a flat earther.
Oh, right, sorry. I saw some guy called you a flat earther and he said, you can call me that.
Well, it was me explaining to him that he was asking where the measurements came from for a globe, and I was trying to explain to him that his measurements for his globe came from a flat earth. But that doesn't make me a flat earther when I'm explaining that. I'm explaining where the globe came from, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I am. That's how Earth's measured.
Okay,
flat.
fair enough. Yeah.
Do you have that religion? Are you a globe believer?
Yes.
Why?
Just makes sense.
What about it makes sense?
Like, one thing, I have no idea. It just makes sense. It just makes more sense than a flat earth.
What particularly makes more sense than a flat earth?
Gyroscopic shit, man. Yeah.
Gyroscopes prove Earth's flat and not spinning.
Does it? I thought it's like, explain that.
Well, part of your religion is that you've got something called Coriolis effect. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
If you imagine you're on a roundabout, like at a playground, you've got two people that aren't on the roundabout either side of you, tossing a ball over the top of you. You with me?
Yeah.
As you're on the roundabout, what you see is the ball curving when it's actually going straight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what Earth's supposed to have. So Earth's supposed to turn underneath and cause deflection at a rate of 15 degrees an hour.
Yeah.
Well, that would mean that if Earth's turning underneath stuff, a flight from, like, Charlotte, North Carolina to Los Angeles would only take an hour and a half, because Earth would be turning underneath it, wouldn't it?
When you jump, the Earth doesn't spin under you.
Exactly. Earth would spin under you if you jumped. If you were on the equator, in that model that the church came up with, and you jumped up and down, then according to their claim, Earth would turn underneath you at 1,000 miles an hour.
But what about gravity and shit, though?
What's gravity?
Are you going to say it's density? Is that not you?
Well, you tell me. You said it.
Isn't it where the space is like warped?
It's Einsteinian bent fourth dimensional pseudo-Riemannian space-time, right?
Yeah.
Concept that Einstein invented. It's maths.
More things in science and concepts aren't, I swear.
Yeah, show me space-time.
I'm not in space.
Show it me.
I'm not in space.
No, show me space-time, that dimension.
I don't know what you mean.
You said gravity is warping space-time, right?
Yeah.
Show me.
I can't.
Right, that's because it's just a concept that Einstein invented.
Oh, okay, what's your concept then? I don't understand having you're a flat earther.
But what?
Explain flat earth.
Nothing to explain, that's how Earth's measured.
Oh, right, okay. All right, fair enough.
So, I'll tell you how your globe came to be, if you like. So, you know you've got your idea of a globe. You ever heard of latitude, like the lines that wrap around it? Do you know how they're measured?
No.
Okay, do you know the star called Polaris, or the North Star?
Yes.
Right, well, the way you measure latitude is a flat Earth and an angle to Polaris. That angle is your latitude.
if you're a globe, wouldn't there also be an angle?
No, you can't get an angle from a curve.
What do you mean?
An angle is two straight lines, right?
Yeah, I understand. But if you're on the Earth like this, obviously you'll be very close in, so basically be flat, and then you can get an angle.
So what you're telling me is, to believe you're on a globe, you accept that you measure it flat.
Well, if you're close enough in like a small area, it's basically flat.
So you're telling me it's measured flat then?
Sure, because the world.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
You sure?
Yeah, Earth's measured flat, exactly as you've just suggested.
Yeah, of course Earth's measured flat. We stand on it.
Yeah, that's because it's flat.
A map is flat.
Yeah, that's how they were made, with angles to the stars.
Yeah.
Ask him, does he believe in Australia?
He can probably hear you. Do you believe in Australia? I think that's a stupid
Believe
question.
in Australia? What kind of question is that?
That's the stupidest question in the
Flat
world.
earthers don't believe Australia.
I'm telling you how your globe's made, and you're asking me if I believe in Australia.
Okay, what's that got to do with being a flat earther, though?
Because Australia's down.
No, shut the fuck up, not you.
Oh.
Anyway, the way your globe was made with those flat Earth angles,
Yeah.
and you're saying, well, if it's curved, if I get really close to it, it's flat. So it's okay to measure it flat, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's okay to measure it flat because we measure it flat.
Right.
Yeah, that's because it's flat.
It's not. It's not flat though. I don't understand how you can think it's flat.
Because you've just told me you measure it flat with angles. You said you justified your belief as getting close to something curved. A curve's never flat. You appreciate that, right?
Yeah, all right. My
Right.
floor is flat, right? If we're on Earth,
Not if, we
I
are.
don't get this at all.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Hang on, let me look at this, right? I need something curved. This is curved, right?
Yeah.
If I put a flat thing on top of it, the thing on top is now flat.
No. It's meeting it at a single point.
Sorry?
You're meeting that curve at a single point. It's called a point of tangency.
Yeah.
Well,
I learned all that in maths.
points don't form lines for angles, do they? You need straight lines, that's 2 points. Well, if you've met something at a point of tangency, you've only got 1 point, not
But you can
2
just
for an
go-
angle.
No, because no one's gonna care. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, to be honest.
That's okay. But in school, you were taught you were on a ball. Do you know where that religious belief came from?
Romans, Catholics, one of them.
Yeah, 500 years ago, Copernicus, Kepler, all those people from the Roman Catholic Church created a model with the angles off a flat Earth to better predict where the stars will be. 500 years later, you are fighting with me about how flat it can be measured to be a ball. There you go. Earth's measured flat, though.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair enough. What about the stars and the sun and the moon?
What about 'em?
How do they work with the flat Earth? Can you shut up a second? I'm asking a question.
I have a quick
Same way.
question.
The
They can
same way.
navigate with them. Any of the lights in the sky.
Like, how are they up there?
You
Can
can
they just
navigate
like,
with
go
them.
around the Earth? Like if we're like this, does the sun just go around like this?
Yeah, you can measure its positional information and navigate with it. So that's how the maps are all created. Yeah?
Okay, well you can ask your question now.
Yeah, right. So you know, at night time, where do you think the sun goes?
To a different part of the world.
Yeah,
So like I
you
just said, as the sun reaches the horizon, right, its position can be measured with an angle. So as it gets lower and lower towards the horizon, it's moving over a different part of the land, and you can measure that angle to tell you where the sun is over based on where we know it is, because we've tracked the stars for thousands of years with angles.
Is that like Pythagoras theorem or something? I think so.
Not exactly. So celestial navigation does use triangles, kind of.
That's got nothing to do with anything.
Shadows, they always have like a certain meet point because the sun is perfectly rotating around the Earth in a circle manner.
Yeah, what you're describing sticks and shadows, right, for measuring?
Bro, trust me.
I think so.
I've caught them all, man. Shadows are crazy.
Right, they're forming angles, aren't they?
Holy shit.
Yeah, sticks and shadows forming angles off a flat plane. That's how the angle's measured with that stick and that shadow. It's an angle. It's called an elevation angle.
Can you give me a bit more like
Convincing.
I need a bit more convincing.
It's measured flat. If you need more than measurements, I don't know what to tell you. You tell me how it's a ball.
I can't tell you that's a ball.
Yeah, because the ball came from those measurements.
Have you seen Interstellar? In that, it's a ball.
That's a movie.
Oh, that's a fair point.
So imagine you're a spaceman.
Right.
And you've gone out to the sky vacuum.
Okay.
Okay, and you're in a spacesuit, right?
Yeah.
Why are you in a spacesuit?
There's no oxygen.
So that your oxygen doesn't go out into the sky vacuum.
Sure, and there's also no oxygen to breathe.
You're in a spacesuit so that the gas doesn't expand into the vacuum, right?
Sure.
And you're looking back at Earth with clouds and high pressure gas next to the vacuum.
I couldn't tell you about that, to be fair.
The gas that you're looking back at Earth on is also high pressure gas, right? That you're breathing.
Yeah.
But you're telling me that in your spacesuit, to keep the gas inside the spacesuit, you need a suit. But the Earth, you're just looking at clouds next to a vacuum?
Yeah, but doesn't it gradually get, like, isn't it like a gradual thing?
I'm telling you, space is fake. Where they tell you they travel through to get to the moon, that's all fake.
Okay.
So yeah, space is fake.
Space is fake.
Space is fake. Neil Armstrong didn't.
How do you think the world was made
There
then?
was a creator. It's the only choice available.
One god.
An external entity that created us, as opposed to the world and nature creating us.
Well, fair enough.
First law of thermodynamics violation. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So how can nature create itself? It can't.
You know this guy's just said space is fake.
If the world's created from the Big Bang or whatever, right? Which was just, in my opinion, man, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
I can. It's a straight up first law of thermodynamics violation.
Of course it created itself. It evolved to create itself.
First law of thermodynamics violation.
No, I don't think he's a retard. I think he's just... I have too many rollies, I think.
Too many rollies.
I mean, you're telling me you believe that the world poofed itself into existence, and I'm telling you that violates the law of nature.
To be fair, yeah, I don't know what anything is, to be fair, at all. So it might be right.
I just believe.
That's fair enough. I wouldn't expect you to, though. I mean, you were just told in school that you're on a ball and that space has got men in rockets going up to the moon, right?
To be fair, going up to the moon is a bit crazy. It's so far away.
But
People are going to the moon, right? Going up to space, fair enough.
People have been to the moon.
No, I don't. There might have been, but it's a big conspiracy, that one.
if we could travel to the moon, so could all the gas that we're breathing. It expands into whatever volume it's got. That's what gas does.
Don't let him brainwash you,
I'm not.
please.
What about the solar system? What about all the other planets?
It's all derived from heliocentric rhetoric from the church. Keplerian orbital motion came from the church. Do you know how the measurements that gave you those orbits were also derived? Same flat Earth angles to the stars.
Yeah, I assume. It's chatting shit, so I'll let you get going there.
Let me take one.
Been a pleasure talking to you. You'll see yourselves on TikTok.
You too. All right, goodbye.
Take it easy. Earth's flat.